Welcome to Lions Live 365. I'm your host, Michael Ayers, and today we are doing season predictions, man. We're going to do record predictions for all four teams. I'm going to rank them 4 to 1. I'm going to give y'all a regular season record. I'm definitely trying to lean towards thinking how far people gonna go to in the playoffs. But man, after last year, man, I don't have no playoff prediction until I see who actually gonna make it through the season. All right. So with that being said, we gonna start at 4. Number 4 is going to be the Chicago Bears. They're the biggest wild card in the division. They have a good amount of talent. It's a lot of youth and talent on the team. I believe that's going to help them and hurt them. One of the things that I really like about their team is their skill position players. I love their receivers. I think their tight end is a dog. I think their corners are really good. Where they struggle is the trenches. They don't really generate pass rush. They don't really have good O-line play for the most part. So it's going to be hard for them to be consistent and win in really big games because you can't count on the most important thing, which is the trenches. Uh, the They have a lot of reason for optimism because I believe they knocked it out of the park with the coaching hires. I think Ben Johnson is going to be a really good coach. The only thing is, I'm not sure if he's going to be Josh McDaniels or Kyle Shanahan. Is he going to be like a Matt Patricia, where it's like, man, yeah, he's a good coordinator and all, but we hate him. You know what I'm saying? Or is he going to be like a Sean McVay? So like, it's one of those things where he's going to have to, you know, fight his inner a hole because he does have that in him. It's a little arrogance. It's a little I know it all with Ben Johnson. But at the end of the day, he's gonna put Caleb Williams in positions to either be great or fail miserably. And what I mean by that is if Caleb Williams cannot process fast enough, if he can't pick up on a lot of the small details in this scheme, if he doesn't make the reads and get throws out on time, he is going to look horrible because there's going to be open receivers. You're going to see a bunch of videos drop every day of him missing the receivers. They're going to be breaking down the schemes of how he's missing and messing up. And to me, that's a little unfair, mainly because, bro, like this is like third or fourth offense in his second year. And this Ben Johnson offense is not easy. I know people talk about Jared Goff and them, but Jared Goff by the time he got to Ben Johnson was an older veteran player, and that's his game, like to make reads, on time decisions, getting the ball out. Caleb Williams has a lot to learn, and he's going to have to change a lot of his quirks to make that offense work because being on time is one of the things that he struggles with. So I'm really curious to see what they'll do. I have them going 7-10, mainly because their O line situation, the difficulty of their division games. I actually had them a little higher before the Packers got Micah Parsons, and one of the things I'm not going to sit here and tell you is that, oh yeah, the Bears could beat the Packers with no O line with Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary. As much as I think he's a little overrated, like pass rushing, I don't think he's in a position to win. I don't think Caleb Williams is in a position to win yet. So I had them going 7-10. There are a ton of 50-50 games. So if this team went 4-13, I wouldn't be surprised. If this team went 10-7, I wouldn't be surprised. This is the biggest wild card in the division. I think they have the highest ceiling and the lowest floor. So that's how I feel about the Bears. Moving on, we had the Packers. I know there's Packer fans that just feel like I hate the Packers, and I genuinely do, but my feelings are not in this. The reality of the situation is I don't like their offense at all. I like Josh Jacobs. I like a couple of their offensive linemen, but I do not like their receivers. I think Mr. Reed, because I always mess his first name up, Mr. Reed gets wide open to drop the ball. Romeo Dobbs struggles with separation and catching. You can't have both of those problems, right? You Christian Watson has hand problems and injury problems. So in my mind, when I watch the Packers, the only thing I see is Josh Jacobs. I see Jordan Love trying his best to make a bunch of receivers who don't catch well work in Green Bay. And then people were like, "Oh, why don't you believe? What big game did they win last year? They could have. There's nothing. There was absolutely nothing stopping them from winning the division last year. You know, they had an easy slate of out of division games, but when they played their division games, got swept by the Vikings, they got swept by the Lions, and they should have got swept by the Bears. So no, I haven't seen anything to believe that all of a sudden Michael Parsons is gonna solve all their problems. I don't understand that line of thinking. The media is married to the idea that the Packers, with their long history of winning, is going to get right back to winning again. That they got they got Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. They love that narrative, but the reality of the situation is that is just not how this division shakes out. Sorry, I just don't see it. I don't see it. To me, it's an average team with 5 or 6 great players. Is average. Then you got Jordan Love, who's old. I think he's above average. You know, I don't think he has a support system for us to know if he's great or not. I like Matthew Golden. That's the only guy I respect in that whole receiving room. Defense, secondary is average outside of Xavier McKinney. Rashawn Gary has been overrated for years. He hasn't been great since that Thanksgiving game where he got 3 sacks. I haven't seen that Rashawn Gary. If that Rashawn Gary showed up every week, he'd be a Hall of Famer. But right now, he's just a B minus edge rusher. I would love for him to. No, I wouldn't. That's a lie. I like what he's doing right now, just being mid. I love what he's doing right now. He's just being mid. And then they got Micah freaking Parsons. So there's no way. I had them 4th in the division before they got Micah. I had them 3rd, had them ahead of the Bears. They struggle with division games. I don't believe in Jordan Love. I don't believe in Matt LaFleur. I don't believe in nothing they're doing. Maybe week 1, they whoop our ass, and then I got to take everything back. But I just don't believe. Until I see it, I can't unsee what I saw last year. I saw the Lions take guys off the street, bring them to the game, like on Tuesday, get them, and get straight to the game within a week. And y'all still lose. Like, get out of here, man. Get out of here. I'm sorry. I don't believe. I don't know if I'll ever believe, but I got to see it on the field before I give them any respect, right? So, moving forward, number 2, we got the Minnesota Vikings. I have a lot of respect for this team. I believe they might be the most well-coached team in the league. I believe in Kevin O'Connell. I believe in Brian Flores. I like, as much as, I don't like any of these other teams. The receiving core to me is legit. Having Jettis, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, even Aaron Jones out of the backfield, it is a quarterback's dream to have these type of weapons. The O-line has been effective. And like, they had the QB whisperer, man. Kevin O'Connell is a dude. He's made it work with complete scrubs, and that's why it's hard for me to believe that he can't make it work with Jaden McCarthy. If you can make it work with Nick Mullins, I think you can make it work. I'm sorry. If you can get Joshua Dobbs a dub off like 3 days notice, I think he can make it work. So for me, man, I really believe in what they're doing over there. I don't believe they're better than us, but I don't really see them struggling with the rest of the division. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. Brian Flores' defense is outstanding. I think he's going to be able to handle, stopping one receiver in in a running game for the Packers. The Bears don't have the horses to mess with the Vikings right now, and so there's no team that the Vikings need to worry about outside of us, really. It's just hard for me to see them taking this huge step back. I mean, of course, they stepped back a couple of games, like 3 or 4. They were 14. They had 14 wins last year, or it was something crazy like that. And, they took a step back, right? And of course, you could say it's because I'm a Lions fan or whatever. End of the day, man, the Lions number one. They have ascending elite talent, and what I mean by that, they have young guys that are still getting better. Kirby Joseph is a dog. Led the league in interceptions last year. I doubt much is going to change this year. Brian Branch can finally get back to his regular position, um, and he can be who he was meant to be. I think he's a dog. We have probably the best collection of players under 25 or 25 and under. So for me, I don't see how we are going to fall off. Unlike a lot of the other teams that lost both of their coordinators, the Lions have been through two coaching cycles where those offensive coordinators were interviewing. I think the fact that all of their coordinators had interviews a couple of years in a row, that they've been able to truly make a plan for when these guys eventually leave. It's not like the Eagles where it was just like, all right, one year we're losing to the Bucks in the playoffs. Next year we're in the Super Bowl, we lose all the coordinators. There's no way for them to have a succession plan that made any sense. With us, I'm sure, Dan, because if you think about it, when all of our talented coaches got poached, we filled so very quickly as if we already had a plan for who we were going to go get. And at the end of the day, talent makes coaches, man. It's rare that it goes the other way around. And I truly believe in the Lions, man. And then I don't believe that there is any team that's going to get better than the Lions did from their last game to their first game of the season. At the end of the day, man, we didn't have a whole defense. We got the majority of that defense back. We are going to have Aleem McNeil back by October, November. We're going to have we had some new young talent. I believe we upgraded at corner. I believe that the receiving core only gets better. Jameson Williams has been taking strides every year. If he continues to get better, I just believe in this team. Um, so until I see some level of regression on the field, and I really would like to see the number one. I can't wait till week one. Until I see regression on the field, I'm gonna continue to believe. Um, and that's just all I got to say on it, man. You know, and that's whether it's game day, draft day, or any day in between. It's Lions Live 365. Please like and subscribe.